aka Padders. We got a sequel today. It's The Accountant 2 2025. Ben Affleck. I want to make a couple comments on sequels and the nature of sequels, because we have something important here. We have something monumental. We have one of the best real sequels I've seen in a very long time, because this is not attached to a proposed franchise, IP, I hate that term, trilogy, quadrilogy, whatever. This is not a prequel. This is just a straight up, did you like the first movie? Question mark. Would you like to see more? Question mark. That's what this movie does. That's why it's so good. Let's go.
Quiet on the set.
Camera speed.
Sound production, take one.
Action!
My AKAPAD. Bear with me. I am still dealing with that tickle in my throat, and I'm sure, I'm sure the more I talk, the more you're gonna get annoyed by it. It's winding down, which is good. And look, we do so many episodes here at the AKAPAD Film Buff podcast. How can you not like the journey we're going through this, like, armed with this cough, right? It is all there. It's all well documented. There it goes. But guys, a big chunk of this feed, of this podcast, is my life, the movies I see, and bringing all of you on for the ride. Gavin O'Connor, we just spoke about him. So I just recently completed watching, after so many failed attempts, the original Accountant. Gavin O'Connor, he's a consistent collaborator with Ben Affleck. I will always give him big time props for a movie called The Way Back 2020. It's one of the best sobriety movies I've ever seen. I know that's a little bit of a slim category, but when you're a film buff, these are the categories you have in your mind. He's also the guy behind Warrior movie 2011, I absolutely love. He's also the guy behind 2004 Miracle, another movie I absolutely love. 2016 The Accountant, a movie I absolutely love. And 2025 The Accountant 2, a sequel that I absolutely love. Growing up, I remember there was a stretch of summers, just as a kid, that my friends and we saw Predator 2, Terminator 2, RoboCop 2, and Gremlins 2, A New Batch. And all of those sequels blew me away, stuck with me outside of Gremlins, A New Batch. That is still, that's a tough one. But I love in RoboCop, where, we just got almost like a remake of the first movie, and the RoboCop in RoboCop 2, or RoboCop 2 in RoboCop 2, is far cooler than the original. And he was crazy and menacing and climbing through elevator shafts and really cool stuff. And then the straight up cooler violence that Predator 2 had, and the cocaine and the drug wars, and is it taking place in the future, and is it not? Fascinated me as a kid. And I grew up during the age of Aliens. Aliens excuse me, is a sequel that I would just have on repeat, it seems like, for my entire youth. And then we kind of got into this conversation about sequels, where no sequel was like good. We would only have Godfather Part 2, Terminator 2 Judgment Day, Aliens, and like that was it. But the real film goers, people like myself, we would put RoboCop 2, Predator 2 right in there. We just wedge it right in and say, like, these are also great sequels. And you would try and get creative too along the way. Like, is Heat a sequel to Thief? So on and so forth. And then we get into this intellectual property franchise era, where Hollywood just got wise to picking good properties that could bleed out, and locking up creators and actors and actresses for long-term deals. just in case if something was popular, they could just pull the trigger. That's what we saw with Pirates of the Caribbean. Amazing trilogy, probably the most underrated, probably the second greatest trilogy of all time, next to Lord of the Rings. That's what happened with The Matrix. As soon as The Matrix was a success, pull the trigger, give us 2, give us 3, shoot them back to back, let's go. And then from there, we got this Marvel Cinematic Universe, Harry Potter, like Hunger Games, Star Wars, where these movies were just made so well, they knew they could get 3 or 4 out of them. So the sequel, it got lost because everything became franchise planning and trilogy mapping, right? Like it's the idea, and I'm talking outside of horror, but something like Fast and Furious being popular to kind of keep going and to find its legs and to evolve and move on. Same with Mission Impossible. But still, like, designed to keep going as long as it was making money. But what faded with all of this is the sequel that just, let's do more of this. Like, here's a movie that was successful. Let's just give it a sequel. People like it. We have a good story for it. We have a good position. We can tell this story. Let's just do it. That's what I feel like is coming from The Accountant, which expands Ben Affleck's character, his brother John Bernthal. We know, the Punisher. We know him. I know him from The Bear, because he's the brother that committed suicide, but he's also in one of the greatest single episodes in television history, the Seven Fishes episode of The Bear. But he's great, right? So we get this like relationship between these two guys. We get they're dating, they're trying to find their footing in the world, they're trying to figure out what exactly they're doing because they're assassins. And the beginning of this movie, J.K. Simmons, who we love him. See, so he's in danger early on in this movie. He's running, guys are after him with guns, and I'm just saying to myself, I'm like, like this is great because it's tense, it's plot building, right? It's all of these things. He's in the bar. He tries to open up the window. He can't get out. He's trapped. But you're like, oh, he's going to get out because it's J.K. Simmons. J.K. Simmons has such a screen presence that, like, he can't die because we just love seeing him on screen. But guess what? They kill him. Spoiler alert. Who the hell cares? And that's where I knew this movie had something to say. This movie had a vision. I think Gavin O'Connor is on record of saying this is he's pushing like a potential trilogy now to future. Reveal plans to expand the Accountant into a trilogy of movies. So, yeah, the next one would be a buddy movie between the two brothers. I'm all in at this point. I think this works as a wonderful middle movie. I wasn't, I didn't hear anything about this being a trilogy until I was like engaging this movie, watching it. With a little bit of research along the way. This is it's one of the better sequels of the modern day. It's a movie that spawned a sequel, and we're not trying to build a franchise or sell a backpack to a kid for back to school day. We're just straight up making movies for an audience that wants to watch them. I think what they did with Ben Affleck's character in this is great. I think somewhat of the mystery of the detective work to unravel what's happening, and everything ends with just these two guys trying to save a bunch of kids. And John Bernthal, he gets tagged up in this movie. I mean, he is just like against the wall, bloody, with bullets, like bullet wounds, and you're saying to yourself, you're like, they cannot kill him. Like, it's almost, again, like everything that happened in that first scene with J.K. Simmons, it comes from they're bookending the movie here, and you're saying to yourself, they cannot, because him and his brother, they've grown closer together, they've seen more of each other, they kind of been through the fire a little bit together, and you want them to grow together, like as a relationship, and you're like, like, oh, we need to see more. You can't do it. Luckily, he doesn't die. Spoiler alert, guys. Who cares about these spoilers? But no, AKA Powders, I think we have something worth paying attention to here. We have something special. It's available right now on Amazon Prime. I just think this movie's great. It makes you crave more, and yeah, they make it into a trilogy. Get these two guys out there, give them a cool mission, give them something to unravel. Maybe some of it is the world, because we're in a little bit of a John Wick assassin universe. We get more details with that as we do with John Wick 2. Really cool stuff, guys. I think this is a assassin universe as cool as John Wick. Yeah, thumbs up though. Very, very impressed, and I just like it that it was a sequel that came out. So cool. They're not trying to sell a pack of trading cards or an action figure with The Accountant too. Love you guys. Rock and roll.
Okay, that's a wrap.